I might chill them. We back. Row 26. We back. Another episode. Divisional round playoff. We're spoiled, bro. I feel like the playoffs this year, because of the parity that we've spoken about all season with the quarterbacks and just in general, has led us to this point of all these games being fucking instant classics. Last weekend was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, we got 3 for 5, just great fucking games. The last two, had their ups and downs, but really were kind of stinkers. Final scores maybe being a little wider than the game was, but still, those last two are a little tough. But maybe it was because we just had such great games to get us started. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a good place to just get right into. Well, actually, just a little life getting into it. Fucking last week, after we changed it from Friday to Saturday, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll go out, and went out. And I was like, had a few drinks, went to the gym, was like not feeling great. And then, so yesterday I was like, I want to like fucking hit maxes tomorrow. Like, I'm going to fucking, I didn't go out, ate ground turkey, veggies, and black beans for the last 2 days. Just took care, slept a lot. I took sleep aid. I stayed up as late as I could. Maya gets me up at 6 either way. Did my long Maya walk, fed her, get back to bed at like 6:30, 6:40, and then slept till like 9. Like, I fucking never do that, and then cleaned up a little bit, got to the gym like right around 11, and fucking was just crazy strong. New incline max,
let's go.
New on video flat max.
Let's go.
And then I was like, yo, fuck it. Like, I could still run a 9-minute mile, right? Like, let me just go make sure. Fucking came in at 8:29. Definitely could have done better. Yeah.
That last leg of that mile, when you saw the light and you knew that you could make it.
Yeah, no.
Any of those pains that, you know what I'm talking about, when you're like trying to hit for something when you're running and you're like,
more so after stepping off the treadmill, I was like
that vibration through your legs. Yeah.
Usually I just like walk on incline. I take a shitload of steps like every day, like 16,000 plus last year.
Yeah.
So I that's how I look at my cardio. It's like I'm always just moving around. But I was like, let me make sure like I'm not like.
Do I still have this in me?
Let me make sure I'm not like slow in gym class in 7th grade, like not being able to hit a 9-minute mile. Like, not that I'm obviously much better then, but I'm just saying, like, in general, like one of the slower kids in class. Like,
you're also a 34-year-old man.
35,
so it's like 35-year-old man. So it's like,
yeah, no, I felt good today. It was good, and also like just the like feeling good in the morning. Like I said, getting a good night's sleep, eating good, drinking a bunch of water, and then like when I got like. First walk in the gym, see like one of my good gym friends, like he's on the treadmill, just give him a quick point. And I walk around, see like this kid who used to work for me in the warehouse, like fucking just see him, like looking good, go talk to him, chop it up for a minute, fucking go to grab some weights, see another guy I know, like hey, like quick, but not like where it's like annoying where you're talking for too long. And then the kid from the warehouse like gave me this spot.
You're like Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2 walking down the street.
Yeah, just point at everybody. I hit the 255 on bench, pretty clean. Like, and he's you definitely had more than you. And then same thing with the incline, 230. Like, you had more. And that guy had like we've seen each other in the gym, nod, stuff like that. But then he like introduced himself. Hey, welcome to Zach. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's good. And both of them, when I hit the had like good smile reactions, just like I was like, sometimes you need to like actually prepare, to like.
Yeah. And that's nice. You have a little like, I would say it's not like crew, but you have guys that
it's a community is what
community.
It is.
Great word. Like it's not like it's like annoying where if you saw like one of your boys, you'd stop and chummy it up and then lose your flow. It's like distance enough where it's like, what up, but close enough where you would say what up, but at the same time, you can keep your stride, keep your momentum, keep your fucking focus.
I've hit the size point where I'm bigger than most, but the people who are bigger than me are like much
distinctly bigger
than me. Significantly bigger than me. Obviously, a lot of people who are smaller than me are a lot leaner than me too. People have different goals, obviously.
Sure.
But also I'm at the point where like I'm big, where like I get like deference, if that makes sense, like in the gym, you know, like
I feel
the
you.
big guys are like, you know, like they know what's up. The smaller people are like very cautiously like.
Next year you might be a first-round draft pick into the big man club.
Obviously, I'm like super like kind, but like even like I could tell like the smaller guys are like scared to ask me like how many sets I have left, and I'm always like, oh, like I'm like work in if you want, like, or you need to like, or people like would be like nervous to ask me for a spot, and I'm always like, of course, let's fucking go, you know, like. But I definitely feel the difference of like probably since like 2 years ago till now, like where I was just like a regular gym, you know, like in decent enough shape, to now where I'm just like, oh, I'm one of the stronger, you know, in the top 10% for sure, you know.
Fuck yeah. I love to hear it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, gym life is a different life. I never really got into that life personally, but you've been a fucking consistent guy when it comes to the gym, and I gotta give you all the credit in the world. That is not easy, and especially because you're in the cold too. Like you live in a cold state. To go,
it's fucking snowstorm.
No one talks about this, dude.
Yeah.
These people in all these chummy up, sunny states that all work out all the time, like Florida, whatever, this and that. That's lovely, and it's nice and easy to go to the gym when it's fucking 85 degrees outside.
Even go for a
go
run
to the
outside.
Gym when it's fucking brick.
Yeah. It's literally a snowstorm today. Like driving in, it was pretty shitty roads. The way back there, like it's not that cold, so they're not like freezing.
Yeah,
it was snowing, so it was like still snowing when I drove there. And
that's a whole. I feel like that's a whole other level. Like, and we can get into it, and we can talk about like. Actually, this is a good transition because I was going to bring up to you a topic that I was talking about with Christy on the couch regarding cold weather quarterbacks, and the idea of guys that play in domes all year, and then they have to eventually go and play in bad weather, and as we know with bad weather, like defense travels the most with bad weather. And that's the one thing, like if you're a great defense like Houston in a dome, I'm not going to be reluctant to be like, yo, this defense is going to play like shit because they're going into the cold. Like if anything, it probably will help them in the cold. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on the idea. Like obviously Brady versus Manning, we think back to Manning always being in the dome, Brady always playing in the cold. You know, cold weather football is playoff football. So the guys that are good in the cold transfer it makes sense that would translate, to success in the playoffs. Thoughts on that?
Just one more note on like I appreciate the compliment, but I just want to say like for people, if anyone's listening and cares, like going to the gym is the easy part. I enjoy working out. That's not, and also
knowing what to do when you're there is a whole other thing.
It's also just like the mental aspect of it. Like people are like, oh, why do workouts are? It's like, oh, so I want to kill myself a little less. Like, you know, like that's the real part. But like, obviously I'm exaggerating, but it does like obviously does wonders for depression, anxiety, all that shit. But like now, like I do want to actually get into the hard part more, which is dieting, like dialing it in. Like that's like because I eat whatever the fuck I want, and I still look good, but like I could look like crazy, like if I wanted to, if I locked in. So that's gonna like I'm not gonna be one of those like people who are like insane about it, but like just like get dial in the diet Monday through Friday at least, and then just go crazy on the weekend.
Just to piggyback that, there's like a whole other 4 levels that I didn't even know about. You met, Greg, obviously, was my best man at the wedding, Becker.
Yeah.
He did bodybuilding competitions, like, legitimately, and when I used to visit him in Orlando when he was doing them and I was living in Tampa, bro, this guy was carrying around a jug of water everywhere he went. It almost got to the point where his sculpt, like, for shows, he even said, I look disgusting. Like, it's almost like to the point where it's like no return. It's almost,
I'm never going to be that crazy. But that's where it gets to like, they have to like make sure they sleep. Like they have to like
all of it is regimented, bro. It's like I'm talking like
I have friends too. It's insane. I'm never gonna be like that. Like, but it's just a matter of like not eating like I want McDonald's. I want McDonald's. I'm gonna eat McDonald's. Like I can be like I could just go home and make some like heat up some meal prep.
Sometimes you got to spoil yourself, make yourself feel good.
That's what I'm saying. Monday through Friday, if I could dial it in, and then on the weekends, just let myself do whatever the fuck I want. I think that'll be good. But back to cold weather, football, all that stuff. The first thing I want to say is like, hopefully we're not seeing the end of it, because obviously the Bills are kind of moving, inside.
Chicago, yeah. Washington.
I think Washington, yes, as well. Chicago's looking to already, but they're in a weird spot because they're trying to leverage Illinois by pursuing spots in Indiana, which I think
Indiana. I saw that the north part of Indiana.
Yeah, I think that's pretty transparent that they're not going to go though. And
it's crazy that Indiana, as a state, when you have already the Colts, like miles away, that you would be okay with it. But I guess with the tax write-offs and the implications around the taxes,
the economic impact of having a team like the Bears, who have fans nationwide who will fly into Indiana to spend money there,
exactly, and that's all going to the state. So I'm sure the governor has his
money
hands up.
coming from out of state into state. That's like the best type of money you can have.
Yeah, exactly. The model, the business model, whoever's sharing that with the governor of Indiana, and he's looking at these numbers, that has to be the reason this is at the forefront.
But there's I think all of the parties involved are kind of over leveraged, if that makes sense. Like, Illinois would lose a ton if the Bears left. Indiana is going to have to spend a ton of public money if they're going to get the Bears to leave into Indiana, and I think the Bears are going to face a ton of blowback if they leave.
Pritzker's going to get voted out if that ends up happening.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like.
Yeah.
All sides are kind of over leveraged, so that one I see being stagnant for a while. But that's the point. I hope we don't lose it. I get where people are coming from. That it's bad for the fans. But at the end of the day, you gotta keep snow football. It's only bad for the fans who are there. The fans who are at home love it. Everyone loves to watch a snowy football game. It's beautiful. It's like a dream scape.
Literally.
If you will.
Yep.
So. Just an incredible.
It's like a wonderland. The word I was just
and playing football is the best. And like you said, defense and running game travels. It's harder to throw the ball, but also we've seen beautiful running performances in this stuff. I'll never forget with Sean McCoy that one game, all the way back to Gale Sayers, where
that was Buffalo you're talking about, right?
I believe so, or Philly. I can't remember. I think it was against Buffalo though.
I think he has multiple snow football games in Philly and in Buffalo where he was fucking.
When the running back knows what move they're going to make and the defense doesn't, it's just such a disadvantage, especially when you have a talented running back like Shady. It's tough. Obviously, there's all the numbers about the Dolphins playing the cold weather games. You couldn't have given me enough odds to bet the Dolphins when they played against Kansas City. I guess was that last year, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple years back.
Fucking below 50 true feel or whatever, real feel. They're not going to come from fucking Miami and go in there and play a cold weather game like that.
That's tough.
Yeah, Mahomes cracked his helmet that game.
I remember that. Yeah, and also the Chiefs, the way their team was constructed, they were built to handle the cold, be able to play hard defense, tackle hard. These guys it's just they make you feel it, and even the way Mahomes plays football, he's a physical player. He loves the contact. He's a guy that when you hit him, it almost shakes his tree and wakes him up kind of guy too. So I definitely think that there's something to be said for the quarterbacks that kind of have lived in the cold, come from the cold, understand what it is to be in the cold. And that's where we can start honestly with this playoffs.
I think we should do a quick recap of last week. Not go crazy, but
we can do that for sure. I want to get into the game that obviously was interesting to the both of us. Two of them were definitely interesting because we had hot takes.
Should we go in order? Just start with the Rams Panthers.
Sure.
Give your number one takeaway. I'll give my number one takeaway.
That
we'll
sounds
talk
great.
for a minute on cleanups.
Number one takeaway was Panthers surprised me. Being down 14-0 early and still making it a game, I think that was impressive. So it was interesting to see no Rico Dowdle for the whole game because obviously he's not under contract after this year, and Chuba's the one they signed. So it seemed like there was some of that politics going on. And Chuba had a great game. He had a couple touchdown runs. He did the job. So I don't think it was I think it was a moot point when it all said and done, but it was interesting to not see really Rico out there as much, and it seemed like Chuba led the way. I thought Bryce Young played a good enough game to win the game, which was good. It was nice to see, and then they picked up his fifth-year option. So my overall takeaway is Panthers shocked me being down 14-0 that they ended up making it a game.
Yeah, no, my overall takeaway, I think, is Bryce Young played really well, especially like you said, after going down early. I know you you said in the group chat, you're like, I said it would be a boat race if they went down early. They went down early. Then they dropped the punt. Then that game was looking like it was about to be, 24-3 or whatever. And then they came back, obviously made it a game. And then Bryce Young, as much as I give you pushback on winning football in the playoffs, they lost the game. So I guess I'm not really pushing back too hard on that thing. But when he went down and led the drive to take the lead before obviously Stafford went back, that was a big boy drive.
The 31-27. I think they went up 31-27, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They went up 31-27. They score to take, then to force the Rams to score a touchdown to win the game lead.
Bro, that was a dime to Coker, too, for the touchdown.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that's another takeaway. Coker is a real deal. They drafted Leggett in the first round. Coker was undrafted. Leggett, get out of here. Coker, you're our guy.
Coker, sure. That's Coker's job, WR2.
Yeah, he's key crushing. He played a great game. And then lastly, Matthew Stafford, that fucking guy,
That's the guy.
He's that fucking guy, and this is where
he was not playing well, John.
Again, this is where we'll get into it, and maybe banged up his hand, whatever. He played a great game. They scored 34 points. He threw the ball over the field.
Yeah, I think Stafford's. I think he would tell you that wasn't a clean game. I felt like the Panthers defense was all over them at one point or another. Derek Brown. Was
shout out to Mike Jackson. I shouted out on the pod last week. He played a fucking great game. It was almost like Stafford wanted to get him back for the first time they played, and he was like, "Nah, bro, bad call."
Yeah, don't throw my way.
Thinking that perfect coverage was pass interference too.
Yeah, that was stupid.
But
that was perfect coverage. You can't. If we're calling that a penalty, then the game is broken.
Yeah, you can't draw it up any better. But Matt Stafford's that guy. We'll keep it moving. Bears,
sure.
Packers. I'll say my number one takeaway from this game was that the Bears, very similar to what you're saying with the Rams, didn't play a clean game at all. But they've been playing they ended up winning, but they're playing with fire. They can't keep coming out and going down.
Yeah. I'll take another take there, but that was going to be mine. So
they can't keep playing with fire. If they're gonna, make a run at the Super Bowl, they're gonna have to play good early. You can't rely on big comebacks late. You can't rely on 4th and 8. Incredibly talented throw. He might be the only quarterback in the NFL who could make that throw. He was jumped in the air, whipped it on a line on 4th and 8 to Rome Odunze. That's the kind of throw that's Aaron Rodgers-esque. It really was ironic that it's against the Packers because that was an Aaron Rodgers-esque throw to Odunze on the sideline.
Yeah, to the left there while being tackled. That was just.
I'm pretty sure both of his feet were off the ground when he let that go.
Yeah, it was like a yank. Yanked
it was
his right
all arm.
Yeah.
Unreal arm talent. That's I would say my number one takeaway is they can't keep falling behind if they're going to make a Super Bowl run.
Yeah, I even feel like that throw was kind of a chuck. He did see Odunze, but there's no way in his heart of hearts that he thought that was a clean. Obviously, that's kind of a chuck. It's a good throw.
But I disagree just with him. He does have that confidence. The throw to DJ Moore earlier in the year. They were already winning by a bunch. It was 3rd down 1, and it was like Dwight. It was like the Dwight Clark, Joe Montana throw.
I know, but DJ Ward really had leverage on that play. There were 2 or 3 defenders in front of Odunze on that catch. That throw, it was a great throw.
I'll say DJ Moore was the tighter window.
I just feel like it was 4th down. You can't take a sack. You got to give your guy a chance. It had one of those feelings to it as well. It was a great play, athletic play, unbelievable.
I can't say. I get what your argument is. It's a little bit lucky, but
yeah,
you have to be so fucking good to even have a chance to be that lucky to make a
get out of the
sack.
And then scramble out, and then track Odunze's
just the throw alone, someone else jumping off of 2 feet to get it over the defender and throwing it like that, they'd be lucky to bounce it 10 yards short.
And I'll be clear, Odunze got popped on that play. He was blind to the defender when he caught it. He turned his whole body to try to secure it, and he got popped, and he held on to that ball.
He put it between
the breadbasket for sure, but we've seen worse where guys get popped from behind, when they turn.
No, he did a good job securing the catch, but that's not the takeaway.
Yeah, that's all Caleb for sure. But my take is this, and it's the same take I've had on this guy for a while, is that Matt LaFleur is soft. And the reason I say that is because for some strange reason, how does your quarterback go for 330, 4 touchdowns, all 4 receivers catch a touchdown, and you don't find a way to win that game? There's just no way. I just can't. I'm 21-3. I get it. going up early in NFL football is danger because it just allows your defense to kind of relax for a second, which is the worst thing you can possibly do. Your offense doesn't feel the urgency to score, and the other team is feeling like, okay, we gotta step on the pedal now to have a chance for the rest of the game.
I'll give you a coaching note that I haven't heard yet, and that's when that guy got the pick on 4th down that basically gave the Bears a punt instead of a true 4th down.
Yeah, instead of knocking it down. Nice.
Like there was none. I get it when there's receivers in the area, you want to pick the ball to make sure they don't catch it. That's one thing. There was no one anywhere near him. He literally slid on the ground to catch it. The coach should have his face mask in his fist and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like I didn't see any of that. I mean, they were like still excited he made the pick. Like that culture should be like, we're in the fucking playoffs. You just cost us 30 yards of field position. That wasn't a good play by you. That was this categorically bad play by you to do that.
I feel like a couple things I want to talk about in regards to Matt LaFleur. Throughout the game, I distinctly remember watching Matt LaFleur while the defense is on the field, and we've talked about this before about play callers being head coaches. I distinctly remember him talking to Jordan Love on the bench, kneeling down in front of him, talking to him about the offense, this and that, while the defense is on the field. Now, I'm not saying that you're not allowed to go over as the head coach, talk to your quarterback, whatever about the offense and stuff like that. That's fine. But there is something to be said for like the D'Amico Ryans or even a guy like Andy Reid who maybe will go over to Mahomes and tap him on the leg and be like, "You're good, go get it," and then go back and then go back to being the head coach. Like you in a playoff game as the head coach, I keep saying this, you have to have control of the game. And it's not just about you being the offensive coordinator for your quarterback. If so facto, the defense is controlled by some co-head coach, defensive coordinator in a sense, and it's like the both of you are co-head coaches in a way, and you're not like GMing the game in a way. You know what I'm saying, John? So like, I always feel like
I'm taking your point.
Yeah, so like I feel like it disconnects you from the feeling and the momentum of the game. So when LaFleur is not watching the game through and through and watching the momentum of the game flip a little bit as the Chicago Bears are making their comeback, it speaks to the discord of like why you're not stepping on their throats and calling the plays that maybe will keep your scoring going and like keep the pressure on them and like bury this team. Like in the playoffs, just like on the pick 6 by Houston, I remember watching on the inside tracks on YouTube, D'Amico was screaming, score on the pick at the end of the game by Bullock when they really didn't even need it. I think they were up like 15 points at that point, whatever it was.
He could have slid. They were talking about it before, like him, Petrie, Stingley, they were all like, if you pick it, what are you doing? And everyone else besides Bullock was like, I'm getting down. He's like, I'm running that bitch. Like,
in the playoffs, you gotta bury teams. Like there's no way.
I mean, the game was over either way. Like
the game's over, but like I still think that like if you have a chance to score in the playoffs, I don't give a fuck what the score is. You bury these teams because there's a reason they're all there. Crazy comebacks have happened 28-3s in the past in a fucking 2 quarters and a half burst.
I mean, that game was over if he slid or if he scored, but it was just more of like, I want to fucking score a touchdown.
And I just think it bookends the game.
And even like I said, if he were to somehow fucking fumble and even Pittsburgh fucking picks up his fumble and runs
it all the way back, Houston probably wins.
It's still 24-13. They need 2 scores with less than 2 minutes left.
But I'm telling you though, like John, 6 minutes left, 24-13 against Chicago. That's not fun.
Yeah. Well, I if I'm not mistaken, that pick by Bullock was like 2 minutes left in the game, and they were
no. The game was definitely, it was like 3 minutes. Yeah, the game was like over.
Yeah. It was.
And Rodgers, like, that was a mismatch. We can get to that game in like a half a second, but the main thing I want to say about the Packers, the last point, is that I just feel like LaFleur and his attitude, and sometimes him being too OC, like too much of the OC, disconnects him from being the guy that he needs to be, which is controlling the entire team and making sure he puts his impression on the defense to bury Chicago as well. And just like the overall attitude of the Packers felt very lax after they went up 20. It's almost like it was too easy for them to go up 21-3. And then what happened? So that's my takeaways.
I will say, like, before we go to the next game, is that one, I agree that LaFleur started to get under some hot water. It's almost like he coaches better when like Love is hurt, because like he'll find ways to win games, like Malik Willis at quarterback, changing up the whole strategy, the offense. Like he's definitely talented, but maybe just like in big moments he freezes up and just like, and like, you know, not for nothing, Ben Johnson punked him on that handshake too. That was crazy.
And then
lastly, I'll just say, like, just like Stafford had a great drive to go win the game, like Caleb Williams, like throughout the regular season, he's proven it. And now in the playoffs, he's had his first opportunity to lead a 2-minute drive, and he got the job done.
Shouts to Caleb. Yep.
Yeah. And then we'll keep it moving. Next game was the Bills and the Jaguars, 2-minute drives. I'll let you go first, but Josh Allen had one of his own here too.
Yeah, for sure. Again, another game script that I feel like got away from them. Once again, felt like the running game was really doing well for the Jags. I think I was speaking about it in the group chat a little bit. Tootin had a one drive where he carried them all the way down to the Brian Thomas touchdown. I don't think I saw him the rest of the day. Etienne had a great season. He might even get re-upped even with Tootin because of how great of a season, like a 10-plus touchdown, like 1,300-yard plus season. Great year for Travis Etienne. Felt like they got away from the run, got a little pass happy, which allowed the Bills to kind of hang around. And then you can't let guys like Josh Allen hang around. Frankly speaking, like it's just at this point, he's the best quarterback left in the playoffs. I don't even think it's close, actually, between all the teams. He's clearly far and away the best quarterback left in the playoffs, and you can't let guys like him hang around. Their offensive line is the best in football, or one of the best in football, and even without James Cook necessarily going off, Josh Allen's going to figure out a way if you let him hang around, and that's my take.
Yeah, no, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. We talked about it in the group chat, like you said, the Tootin not getting enough touches and we talked about it on this podcast, that Tootin was going to be a good option for them in this playoff run because he has fresh legs, because he's got the speed. We've seen, like we mentioned, C.J. Anderson, for example, with the Rams, guys who have, had a big-time running back ahead of them, but then in the playoffs kind of flipped the script. We kind of presented that opportunity for the Jaguars with Tootin. And
he improved it in
on one drive. He had 3 carries for 45 yards. They go score a touchdown.
Yep.
And then he barely touched the ball the rest of the game. I mean, I have it here. He had 4 carries for 51 yards. That's 12 yards.
That's only that drive.
Yeah, I think he had 1 carry after that drive. And
that's insane.
And then Travis Etienne, not for nothing, had 10 carries for 67 yards. Like that's 6.7.
What's your average there? Your average like 5 yards a pop there.
Yeah, 6.7 yards a clip. And then,
bro.
Trevor Lawrence, 6 carries, 31 yards, 5 yards.
We talked about both defensive tackles on the Bills missing, bro.
Yeah, we said the Bills have a bad run defense, and it proved it. Like,
the whole thing was scripted for them.
Yeah, and they just didn't basically run the ball enough. We're there. And I will say that I think the Jaguars do have a bit of a future here. The obvious guys you mentioned, like Etienne Jr. and Tootin. Trevor Lawrence seemed to take a step. He's not quite there.
He's not there yet.
He's getting better still, but he didn't play a bad game, had some interceptions. But also, like their receiving core, Brian Thomas, I think, can have a big bounce back here in his 3rd year. Parker Washington established himself as a guy. And the addition of Jacoby Myers, even though he had a quiet playoff game, was huge for them this season. And their defense is scary. We talked about the Bills' bad run defense. And I know we mentioned the Jaguars, or I think you mentioned specifically the Jaguars have the best run defense or ranked run defense.
Yeah, they do. Statistically, they did. Going into the game.
They shut James Cook completely down. And that's
there was nowhere for him to run.
Rusher. And he got shut completely down. 15 carries for 45 yards. I mean, he battled to keep those plays not negative. To be fair to him,
he was hard. line of scrimmage, which is good when you're not really gaining run. Like at least you're not fumbling or.
Yeah, I mean, 3 yards a carry. Like he got the battle for those 3 yards a carry.
First hit was by a defensive lineman. I think every single time. And
I know we said it last week, but all right, and this is my last take. We'll end it here. I'll hear your thoughts on it, but I'll end it here. Sean McDermott, even if he loses this round, I think isn't safe.
So my thought is that he reminds me of the similar circumstances John Harbaugh, right? Like if the Bills had lost in the first round after not having home field advantage, losing the division, and it felt like it was a regressed season, I felt like he was going to get fired. Now that he won a road playoff game against arguably what people consider the hottest team coming into the playoffs, I think that saved him. I don't know if that's what Bills fans want to hear, but short of getting blown out in this next game against Denver, and they don't get their shit pushed in right now, I think that he's safe. But, when we'll get to that game in a second against Denver today, that's the first playoff game of this divisional weekend.
I think the one thing that helps them is how many other openings there are and that are going to get filled. So where the Bills might be all the good coaches are already hired. And who's
the guy, when you think about firing people, who's the replacement?
Yeah, that's my point. Especially the replacement's going to be limited because people are going to start taking jobs. We already sell Harbaugh. We'll probably talk about that a little
I could
bit
see
later.
a young coach like Clint Kubiak maybe taking that job, for example, because
or I could see something splashy like Gruden, like
man.
like it would have to be something crazy like that.
But then they're going to change the OC. Then Gruden's going to have his own OC. So then you're going to lose Brady.
Yeah, I mean,
And I like Brady, actually. I think I like Brady more than McDermott. What are your thoughts on that?
I like Joe Brady, but I just think man, it's tough.
Because think about the weapons that they had in terms of like, he clearly designed an offense this year that did as much as they could. I feel like with the weapons that they had, Kincaid was out a bunch.
They also had like the best quarterback and one of the best running backs. Like
and offensive line.
Their offensive line is, I would say,
very
top
good.
10 at worst.
I think statistically this season they were top 3, John. Like as a run as a running team, I think they were number 1.
Well, running, their James Cook's getting a lot of yards. I don't know exactly how. Pro Football.
I don't know how they. Yeah,
Pro Football Focus is very iffy.
Apparently, it was a very good offensive line.
Christian McCaffrey is the 18th best running back. Like
that's fucking retarded.
Yeah. But we'll keep it moving from there. I think like I said, I think the thing that's going to save McDermott is if they lose this week, that like a lot of people are already in their processes, and the Bills will have to fire him, start their process, and kind of be a step behind. So I think
exactly.
And then after that game, we had the Eagles
and the
Niners, and honestly,
everything you said came to the forefront.
I mean, it's nothing
new.
Yeah, I mean, even stuff like you talked about, like within his game, like calling audibles at the line. So I specifically charted it. He made 6 true audibles at the line, not run pass options. The first one was a completed pass. Then -2 rushing yards on a rushing play, 4 incompletions. And 2 of the incompletions, he was changing the formation so late in the play clock that no one knew what the fuck was going on.
Saw what you saw. Yep.
So
he wasn't able to there was no rhythm. There was no rhythm to the call on offense.
His pre-snap was terrible.
The run game is absent. The run game was absent again.
Well, they had 71 rushing yards in the first half. Saquon had over 100 rushing yards for the Eagles.
It's the quietest 100-yard rushing game you'll ever see.
I don't know. I mean, is there such a thing though? Like they didn't have a bad running game, and their offensive line. Like you talk about like Lane Johnson was out and stuff, and like how come that's not like we talk about Herbert with his offensive line now? He had all day to throw.
Dude.
All fucking game.
No question. And there were times where he gave up on the pocket. I felt like 4 or 5 times he rolled out to the right, cut the field in half for no reason. And I think a lot of
it's because his first read isn't open and then he bails. That's all.
Correct. It's the first read bail.
Everyone's talking about the play call on 4th down on that last drive. On
first down, when he ran streaks, like whatever. Yeah.
On 1st down, he had a guy wide open, but he went to his first read, didn't see it, tried to avoid the pocket. That was the one sack of the game. Was all on him, and he got tripped up for a 1-yard loss.
He walked into the sack. That's right.
And the pocket was clean. Play 2, again, pocket, clean. Absolutely clean. Breaks to the right for no reason. Doesn't even try to use his legs. Like, what is his good quality to try? Make somebody miss. It's the last 2-minute drive. You got to score. Takes it, throws it away.
Yep.
Then 3rd down, A.J. Brown drops it. That was not on Hurts. I can't put that on Hurts. But
there were a couple bad drops throughout the game, but there was no rhythm to really speak to the fact of like the way the offense runs. Like, imagine being a receiver on that team where you don't ever know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but even on 4th down, because again, I'm going to blame the play call. Nick Foles was on his podcast, broke it down, I think, almost perfectly. Like, they went and they huddled and they talked. Patullo, Hurts, and Sirianni. And he's like, quarterbacks need to go into that and have a play that they like there and suggest it. Like, if anyone can say that, I can say it, Nick Foles. Like, and he just went there and sat silently while Sirianni and Patullo talked. And Patullo brought up the play, and Sirianni kind of like shrugged and was like, almost like, okay, like, I guess. And Hurts just fucking nodded his head, didn't change the play. And then even within that play, he threw it to the most guarded guy.
Yeah.
The guy who had the most coverage on him. And it was cover 4s against 4 verts. It's never going to work. But like at least throw it to the guy on the sideline who can make an amazing play. He just run up the middle. There's 4 fucking guys right there.
There's other things.
2 linebackers, 2 inside guys in the cover 4 deep are all over that. Like he gave him
the
no
cover
chance.
4. Like you can't do that against cover 4. First of all, second of all, like if you don't have a wrinkle to that play and it's just exactly what you're calling it, and you're not going to run as a quarterback and keep them honest, then what is that play?
Audible at the line.
You're not going to audible, whatever. It's all a mess. And a couple other things I want to talk about. If Hurts is not going to run the ball, then he needs to be under center. This standing in shotgun with no threat of an RPO is not going to work. That's the other thing I want to talk about. He's standing back there on an RPO, but no one believes him anymore because he doesn't run with the football. And people are talking about extending his career. It's a selfish mechanism, this and that. I was reading reports from beat writers that the locker room has been fed up with Hurts and stuff like that. I saw some things about that. I saw a rumor that A.J. Brown was asking for a trade all season, which is other discourse. I don't know what the truth is behind all that.
I live in the area. I hear all the noise, and
Hurts is going to get his 6th OC in 6 years.
Yeah, and even in college, he had a ton of different ones too. To be fair,
I'll be clear though, John, we have to talk about one other thing. When you have success on a team, and like when they like the idea is like what I wrote on the chat. It's like they either go to the Super Bowl and the guy gets poached as a head coach, or the OC, the team was terrible and they get fired, right? It's been one or the other essentially with this Eagles team. 3 for the playing terrible, 2 for the long runs, and they get poached as head coaches. I feel like when teams have continuity and the offense has continuity and the offensive coordinator is enjoying his experience coaching the quarterback, they would maybe stay longer even after the success and not necessarily jump for the first head coaching job. We've seen that before, but I don't feel like these OCs are even enjoying their experience coaching Hurts, which leads to them, if they have success, feeling I'll never be able to have more success than this ever again. I got to get my chance and strike when the iron's hot because I don't believe in this quarterback truthfully, and this team is not going to be the same team with Kelsey retiring, blah, 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 blah.
He's a quarterback who it's difficult to be an OC for. I don't
exactly.
see how you
that's exactly my point. That it's either like these guys are going to be like fired because there's
like
so
they're cheering for Mike McDaniel. That people are calling for Mike McDaniel.
Dude, he would get so pissed.
Mike McDaniel's. Jalen Hurts can't run a West Coast offense.
No way.
He just
no way.
Like,
and they have the weapons to do it for the record.
And what I'd like to talk about, like with Hurts, is like I talk about his arm talent and his like accuracy. We talk about accuracy with him, and like accuracy isn't just completion percentage. It is often just to do with your arm strength. Like there were 2 comebacks, and another third play I mentioned. Both of these comebacks, one he has to wait till the break is already made. He can't anticipate. He never throws to people coming out of the break. And then when he does, there's no zip on the ball. It's slow throws to the sideline where they're coming all the way back. So now instead of right out of the break, they catch it at like 10, have a chance to spin back inside like we've seen a million times wide receivers do, make somebody miss, make this a 20, 30-yard play.
Yeah.
Instead, they're barely catching it against the sideline 7 yards down the field short of the sticks because he has no drive. And then another play, we talk about having all time to throw. It was 3rd and 15, and he has Devontae Smith on a deep dig.
Deep in.
Yeah, deep in cut. A deep dig is
deep dig. Yeah.
And he can't drive the ball. So
Devontae
Smith has to come back for it. Now he's short of the first down. Yep. Granted, they got it with the tush push, which is Jalen Hurts is good at. He's strong. He squats a lot of weight. But it's not a super skillful thing. Like it's not.
I mean, you saw the play with Josh Allen. It's just fucking ridiculous.
It's crazy. But he just doesn't drive the ball down the field. And then I get it. Like we talk about, he's won in the playoffs. Like he's
won multiple times.
Really good rosters. Yeah. Like look at when he's also lost in the first round the other 3 times.
Also lost in the first round, multiple
bad fashion. And the first year they went to the Super Bowl, they played an outmatched Giants team that won 38-7. Jalen Hurts was under zero pressure to do anything.
Divisional round after the Giants beat Minnesota. That's right.
The next game, they play Brock Purdy. They injured Brock Purdy. They injured Josh Johnson.
The Niners were winning that game. We all watched.
The Niners were playing wide receivers at quarterback. And
they were smoking them too early there, John.
It was 7. Well, they only scored 7 points the whole game.
I remember, even the flow of the game. I felt like the defense was getting after them, and the Niners were gonna whomp them maybe that game.
I don't know. It would have been a good game if Purdy was healthy. But either way, they win 31-7. He's under no pressure. And then his best game he's probably ever played was the Super Bowl they lost, besides a really bad fumble, which I do think if you're going to count his touchdowns in that game, you got to take one away.
He essentially dropped an
unforced error fumble.
Yeah, he dropped the football. No one touched him.
Yeah, an unforced error fumble for a touchdown. And they end up – he has a great game, but they lose.
Yeah, 4 total touchdowns.
Now you go to the year they won the Super Bowl. Their closest game was against the Rams. They were up a field goal, and I guess the put-away drive of the game, if you want to give it to Jalen Hurts,
Saquon.
It's a 75-yard touchdown run by Saquon Barkley.
Saquon, smacking his helmet.
And then the next game, they mutilate the 49ers. The Super Bowl, they mutilate the Chiefs. So he's had playoff success, but he's never had a 2-minute drive to win the game. He's never had a big fourth quarter where he's going back and forth to win a game in a playoff game. You know, like he's never been out there going back and forth and winning. He went back and forth with Mahomes and lost in the Super Bowl and had some big moments. I'm not taking that away from him. But when we talk about Eli, for example, who I do think is overrated, one thing I won't take away from him is those playoff runs. He put the team on his back and had electric moments. And
a lot of his career when he would get wins, because the Giants play in the mud. They were very run-style offense, so a lot of their games were always.
And he personally had his limitations.
He wasn't able to scramble, and they just didn't skill position players.
He threw a lot of interceptions.
He never really had. He had stars, but he never had superstars around him. And 2-minute offense though. If it's 2 minutes left and the Giants need a touchdown to score, field goal to win, and Eli's at quarterback, count your blessings.
Yeah, and I will say Jalen Hurts is unproven there.
Correct.
That's not a liability there.
I want to flip this to the other side here, and I have a take here too, is for the Niners side. Number one, Kyle Shanahan finally is coach of the year. Truthfully, coach of the year. I don't think that it's arguable, actually, at this point, considering what he did this season. It's disgusting. He didn't have Purdy for a lot of the year. Mac Jones, he made a winner. They didn't have Ayuk all year. Pearsall was in and out of the lineup. Kittle was in and out of the lineup. Trent Williams was out for most of the season. They lost their two best defenders with Warner and Bosa for a lot of for key points of the season as well. Bosa for most of the year. And this team still wins so much. They've lost one game in their last 6 games or something like that to make this playoff run and then beat the Eagles now in Philly. I mean, you say what you want about Hurts, and obviously Kevin Patullo got fired, so obviously there was discourse in that locker room, and that was not the same Eagles team that we saw last year. But I'll be clear, roster versus roster, there's no fucking way on paper, if Kittle's taking his Achilles injury there, that there's any chance.
I mean, yeah, no. It was
you cancel out McCaffrey and Saquon. Where do you go from there?
This is why it's such an indictment of Hurts and the Eagles that they lost
There's
this game.
no
they
way
were
why the Eagles shouldn't have won that game.
They were 6-point favorites at home in the playoffs.
And Kittle went before the Kittle injury.
Against a depleted team. And Quignon, he got burnt on the first drive, to be fair, but made 2 picks to get you the ball on the opponent's
2 extra possessions.
Or right about midfield, and they got nothing out of it. Hurts got nothing.
Crazy. It's crazy. And it's just crazy to me that
the defense has to be frustrated.
Again, what's the line? Where did the line move as soon as Kittle went down and got injured?
Yeah.
And also the other thing is that you think about
13-7 or 10-7 at that point.
And you think about game script, John.
Yeah.
Kittle, they're drawing up plays for Kittle. A big part of their game was going to be probably featuring Kittle. Tunges had a touchdown, right? Juszczyk maybe had a touchdown, or Juszczyk was running the routes that Kittle was running for some of that game too.
I said that in the group chat. They're better off having Juszczyk.
They literally had a script that they had to put different guys into because that was Kittle's script. So the guy went down so early in the game that it's they planned all week for Kittle to be in this spot, blah, blah, blah. And then it's just you just remove their best offensive weapon besides McCaffrey. It's what the fuck? Yeah, and they still win the game.
I honestly think the play where Juszczyk made the catch, then juked out Zach Bond and then ran over Reed Blankenship.
My God.
That was the play that they were okay, we can
even that 6-yard in that he caught in traffic there, it was just you could just tell what kind of mode he was in.
And even the touchdown catch, he was open. Yeah. He just snatches it with his hands. He's not a fullback. He's an
he's fullback 1, TE 1 on your team. Like, he'd be the best tight end in football, or one of the best tight ends in football if that was his role. Like, he's just a football player.
He's a stud. I mean, I don't know his route tree, to be fair. Like,
no, but he's just
like
Harvard right up here. He's got it all. Yeah,
he played like that game. That was a game-changing play, just momentum, attitude-wise.
Yeah.
Like, that was huge.
He's a stud.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a stud.
And as for the Niners, like, I love the Niners. I have them to go to the Super Bowl at plus 1,000. Like, I like their team. And Christian McCaffrey. Like, we haven't mentioned his name yet, which is just insane. Like, we cannot say enough about how good this guy is. Like, I cannot express.
413 touches this season, still getting it done in the playoffs with 2 more touchdowns. He's ridiculous. And also, like, I think it was Zach Baun that we on the zig for the touchdown, like
Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean. The leverage that Nakobe Dean has there's just no chance. You have no chance.
No, but he even was like, yo, what am I supposed to fucking do? Like,
there's no way. Like, he's forcing him back inside, and McCaffrey's like,
it could have been, but if he tries to force him
outside, it doesn't matter.
If he takes away the inside, he's going the other way. Like, it
doesn't matter. It's a choice route. The moment he looks at the defender, it's over.
He's too good of a route runner. He's too fast. He's not going to drop the pass. He's too good. Like, Nakobe Dean was just a victim there. Like, you could have put out anyone. You could have put out anyone. It would have been fucking.
Bro, it's a garbage can.
Like John Jones versus a little girl.
Dude.
Like, you know, it's like
it's a cone. It's a cone. It's a cone.
It's a traffic cone. Exactly.
Yeah. No question.
Shout out to the Niners.
Shouts to the Niners. Shouts to Kyle Shanahan doing a hell of a job. Shouts to Robert Saleh getting some head coaching looks again.
No, I personally agree with you that I think Shanahan. I think the votes are already in. Should be the head coach.
It's going to be Shanahan,
Vrabel. But I do think it's going to be tough with Vrabel and Liam Cohen.
Or Mike McDonald from Seattle, I think.
Yeah, I think he's definitely in the mix also.
Like that.
But I think Liam Cohen and Vrabel, just because they're picking in the top 5 last year.
Oh, yeah, Liam Cohen, too. Hell of a job. Picking in the top 5, flipping the org. And Ben Johnson, even. Like, shouts to Ben Johnson.
13 wins to fucking...
Yeah, 13 wins tells me Mike McDonald. And I'm a big Mike McDonald guy, so I'd be happy.
Yeah, 13 wins from 13 losses for both Vrabel and Liam Cohen. You know, tough to beat.
Baltimore must feel like pieces of shit, by the way, for letting McDonald out the building a year later. Like, my God.
Oh, yeah, he's a beast. I'm a big fan of his.
He should have been their head coach. That should have been a handoff.
Yeah, potentially. We'll keep it moving here. Well, I guess the night game on Sunday was the Patriots and the Chargers. And, like, you know, like my Jalen Hurts takes came in. I would say your Justin Herbert takes came in. He lost, you know, didn't particularly play great. But, I mean, he is – I'll start with my take from that game. You walk away from that game, you can't help but think, like, I feel sorry for Justin Herbert. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm also not a biased asshole. Like, yeah, he was under duress all game. I'll be clear, though. The stuff that I talk about him, though, is the stuff that also still always peeks its head. Like, even the missed throw to Keenan Allen for the touchdown, like, he has no rhythm. He has no, like, there's no, like, float to the ball. Every ball comes out the same, it's just a rocket. And it's just, like, it feels like a lot of times the nuances within quarterbacking. I speak about it a lot about the nuances and shit like that. Like, that's not necessarily in the stat book, but, like, it's frustrating. But again, it's hard to know really the rhythm of the quarterback when you're seeing ghosts, as they call it, because there's just so much pressure.
I mean, we talk about how Pro Football Focus is very, very flawed, but, like, there was literally a guy that was starting that they were like, we don't actually have information on this guy. Like, Pro Football Focus didn't know who he was.
Yeah, they didn't have a ranking. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? Like, we've never seen this man before.
It's crazy.
But,
I definitely feel
like Justin Pugh came in for the Giants a couple of years ago, and he looked
He
looked like he was like 260 pounds playing offensive line in the NFL. But no, it was crazy. I mean, the Patriots.
Shouts to the Pats. We talked about them getting healthy on the defensive line too. Milton Williams was fucking disgusting.
Oh he crushed.
Yeah, he crushed. So shouts to them. Gonzalez is like, you can't throw the ball near him. So that's why people are clamoring, like, where was fucking Lad McConkey or Quentin or any? I mean, you got Marcus Jones on one side and you got fucking Gonzalez on the other. They got a team.
Yeah. I mean, the one Justin Herbert, like, defense just beyond this year that I'll throw out there too in terms of, like, his playoff success.
Sure.
Is, like, the Chargers historically are a loser franchise.
Hell yeah.
Like, they've never won
since Phillip Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson went to the AFC Championship game against Brady.
I mean, even in general, like, I'm talking before that. Like, they've been around since.
I'm just talking about their last, like,
forever. They've been around since forever. They've never won a Super Bowl since 1970. Like they have not. I mean, they didn't win in 1970. I'm saying that's when the merger was. Like not even including the AFL.
You could go like so many. Yeah.
Like, but they
so much talent though, bro. A lot of Hall of Famers.
Their original AFL NFL merger franchise.
Yeah.
And they've never won a Super Bowl. They've been to one, and they lost by 1 million points to the 49ers.
Yep.
Eli Manning's dad didn't let him go there. Like they traditionally don't care much about winning, and like they're just not one of those go for it franchises. So it's also like that's another hindrance to him. I get it, like, but I guess like a comparison I'll draw from is like Matthew Stafford on the Lions. He never won a playoff game with the Lions. You know, like they're a loser franchise. They didn't help him. Like, you know, he had some good weapons, better weapons than Herbert, but like
sure,
1 year a good offensive line, but most often bad offensive lines. You know,
like, never really had like.
And I'm not saying
Justin
Herbert's going to be Stafford, but I'm just saying there are guys who never win a playoff game, and just because like they're around a losing team and bad circumstances.
Sure.
And like that doesn't mean they're going to suck forever.
Is that a reflection on them as a player necessarily?
Yeah, especially in football, like I said, and I get it, quarterback's the most important one, but like no one's like, oh, Randy Moss can't be a top 3 receiver. He'd never won a Super Bowl.
I think the only difference I would make is that Stafford, you know, probably playing with 32nd ranked defenses is usually putting up 25, 30 points a game. Like, you know, Herbert just put up 3 points, stinker. So it's like he had a 4 interception game in the playoffs. The one thing I will say, obviously, again, context is context. The offensive line was fucked up, so them moving the ball down the field, all of that plays into the same factor, what we're talking about, which is scoring points and being impactful as a quarterback. But also, we have to look at, if we're going to look at the granular stuff, we have to look at all of it. And the other part of that, when you're comparing a guy like Stafford who's on Detroit for so long, like Stafford was known to put up points, put up 4,500 yards a season. Even if like the game, like even if the defense was going to give up 50 points, Stafford was going to do his best to put up 3-4 touchdowns. And I just feel like sometimes the impact also
I've seen Stafford play live in the playoffs. It was 24-20. It wasn't like he scored 45 and they lost.
That's true.
Like,
against that Dallas game, right? Yeah.
Sure. Like, you know, look, don't get me wrong. I love Matt Stafford. I'm not saying they're the exact same player. It just comes down to my argument of like one guy can win a Super Bowl, go to another one in 5 seasons, and one guy cannot win a playoff game in those 5 seasons, and it doesn't automatically make the guy who went to the Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl better.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair take. For sure. But shouts to the Pats. Good win, and they did exactly what they were supposed to, and May did everything he was supposed to. And again, like, you want to take some overs as we move forward in this playoffs. May's rushing. You know, he consistently seems to find the gaps, and I got a great stat going into this Houston-New England matchup, but that brings me to the Houston game on Monday night against the Steelers. Shouts to Tomlin, shouts to Aaron Rodgers, great careers. If that's the last time we see both those guys, like, I don't think it'll be the last time we see Tomlin, but it might be the last time we see Rodgers on the Pantheon, one of the best quarterbacks ever, the most accurate quarterback ever. Like, disgusting. So shouts to Rodgers, but obviously this was a match made in hell. An immobile quarterback against a ferocious fucking defense that was just, CJ Stroud fumbled the ball 5 times. It did not fucking matter. 2 lost fumbles. We will talk about that in half a second here, about that offense of the Texans, and they're not going to have Nico Collins this weekend, so that's going to be tough. But man, this defense, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. There was one time bro lined up so far wide. Will Anderson Jr. lined so far wide. I said, Christy, watch number 51 on the defense right now. It was the one where he lined up. He was the closest to your screen, so he's on the
like a wide 9.
Yeah, exactly. Like wide 9, exactly. And I was like, Christy, watch 51. Watch Anderson Jr. on this play right now. And that was the play he ended up forcing, that stomached fumble, basically, where he crunched him in that fumble. And she just looks at me. She goes, holy shit. I was just like, if you watch that the whole game, that's where the war is, Christy. I was like, I know it's very hard, like, because she's like, you know, like a menial football fan. Like, it's just like she's watching the big plays, she's watching the big catches, and it's hard to watch that stuff. But like, and she doesn't understand how I see a false start every time and who it is, like every time, because I'm watching the line of scrimmage the whole time, like before the snap. It's like you have those. It's called football. I think they call them like football eyes, where it's like you can see your peripherals around the whole field while staring still in one spot, almost like when you watch enough games. I know preaching to the choir, but this is more for our fans. But bro, that line, Petrie is hitting out there. Lassiter was lock. Just fucking gross, bro. The team is
their secondary is fucking nasty.
And
Like
some of those were covered sacks. I'll be clear.
Petrie, Lassiter, Stingley, and Bullock is fucking insane. Like as good as we've seen in a long time. And then you mentioned Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter. I mean, Will Anderson Jr. is starting to climb up into that T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett.
Yeah, he's the freak.
Micah Parsons, like he's
Daniil's
right
a freak still, dude.
What?
Daniil, I think, has found
Hunter's a monster.
young
I'm
blood.
not trying to take away from Hunter at all. It's like
Hunter,
it's like Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're both nasty. But I do think that Will Anderson Jr. is starting to quickly evolve into like maybe the best pass rusher in football. Bro. He's fucking so fast and so
strong,
athletic, and like quick off the ball. But what he has that like separates, good pass rushers or really good pass rushers from the best pass rushers is he never fucking stops.
His motor is disgusting.
He never fucking stops. He is relentless. It's like a guy trying to make a sale who just won't leave you the fuck alone. Like he's
knocking on your door every day.
Yeah. Not even that. Just like you try to say no, and they're like, "Well, let me tell you one more thing. Let me shoot you out a little bit more." Like, he just never fucking stops.
And they have other guys that are just complimentary football players that have been around the league. Sheldon Rankins, the other guy who had a couple knockdown passes. What the fuck is his name? It's a short name.
And they got that mean motherfucker Al Shire too. Like
Al Shire at linebacker. But who's the guy that had Aubrey? Oh man, what the fuck? Autry. That's it. I think he had 2 block passes. He's a big guy on that defensive line. He's just a big man.
Nico Autry.
Yeah, and it's just, and they all embody the coach. I feel like teams embody the coach. This goes back to the Matt LaFleur conversation. The team's pretty. Jordan Love dancing back there.
Well, D'Amico Ryans is pretty.
What?
Well, D'Amico Ryans is pretty. That's
no.
That's a good-looking man.
He's a handsome guy, but I'm talking about like the team and the mentality.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah. To bury these teams, like he wants you to bury the other team on defense.
I mean, he was a hell of a fucking player too.
All pro.
Great middle linebacker from Alabama.
I think he was part of their first playoff run with Matt Schaub.
Oh yeah, he was a Texan for a long time for the Eagles. He must have been one of the original, not quite like when they first came out, but
like maybe the second or third season of like their genesis. Yeah.
No, but a great Texan, and also obviously a great coach now. Saw an awesome clip of him talking to one of those guys on the chain gangs. Like said, he's been doing it since
he's cool. Like he's a chummy up guy. Yeah. He works the reps.
Old ass white dude, and he was like, "What's your name? Pleasure to meet you." Blah blah blah. It's just like. Which brings me to the next point.
I saw him mic'd up, John, that you would appreciate too with Stroud. After like the third fumble, he like went up to Stroud and he was like, "Yo, eyes forward, my son, eyes forward." Like he's just like he says the right stuff without like getting in your face about protect the ball, like all the quintessential shit. He says it in a different way, which just like resonates. But I do want to talk about this Houston offense for a second. Without Nico, we can start getting into the games here, but without Nico,
before you get into it, I will say. I hate Monday night playoff football first round because now, like, this is what happened in this game that's going to happen. They have Christian Gonzalez. That one extra day in the concussion protocol is what probably gets him cleared to play. And Nico Collins being short one day since
I don't know. I don't even know. It looked bad. Playing. It looked bad though, man. I don't know.
Either way, it's just such a disadvantage of clearing a concussion.
Yeah, the day sucks.
It's massive.
For sure. I agree with that. It's a disadvantage. It's a disadvantage, especially if Aaron Rodgers had won that game, like as a 40-year-old, like the last day too, like all of it. And they're an older team, the Steelers, with Cameron Hayward, all these different guys. Like I do feel like that rest and that day is very, very, a very big advantage depending on the team they would have lined up with. But CJ Stroud,
I don't know. Nico Collins would have played for sure, but even
we don't know that.
Let's say the Patriots play on Monday instead of the Texans, and then Christian Gonzalez can't play today. You know what I mean?
Right. The trickle down is big.
The one day is huge because there are like objective deadlines that need to be met, and also objective time that you're not allowed.
Absolutely.
To attempt to meet those deadlines.
Absolutely.
So with that objective information, like. Having
24 hours is a big time frame in the playoffs when guys are trying to get healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
It's actually the difference of maybe why even Ed Oliver, we're going to get to in a second here, is playing this weekend. Those extra days, limited practices, being able to just to get out there and that extra 24 hours of rest and icing and training and all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then I mean, obviously, like I think they reseed in the playoffs, so like the potential of a Monday night team playing against like a Saturday team that won, like
not fair.
Like that's just I don't know. I don't like I get Saturday and Sunday, it's fun. You get all weekend to enjoy the games, like, but the Monday night I don't like. Sorry, go ahead.
I like it. No, good take. It's a good take. It was required to be mentioned. I think it's a great take about Nico. That takes us to our Houston offense here. Just turning the ball over too much. I like Woody Marks a lot. Showed a lot of he breaks tackles. He seems to be a guy, so I like him. But CJ Stroud, even the touchdown pass to Christian Kirk was behind him. Christian Kirk made an excellent play to turn his whole body, then get back to the pylon. So even that throw was shit. I felt like he did make some big throws to Christian Kirk when they needed them, like that big 40-yard gain down, like when he stepped up in the pocket. That's when Stroud's at his best, when he can do his flick and he's really stepping up in the pocket. That's like when he's really like locked in. But man, there are moments throughout games consistently where it feels like Stroud doesn't know how to protect the ball. And it feels like Stroud doesn't know like where his keys are. Like what's his keys when he's like really looking around at the pass, the defense's like pressure and where pressure's coming from and stuff like that. Like his deciphering is still up in the air. I think at this point, I think we saw that all game in that game. Pittsburgh just had him in a loop. So that's where I want to get to. We can start with that game. I do want to talk about the games, and we can talk about the games in order, but there's only 4 games, so I don't think it's crazy to go around.
Yeah,
this game is weird to me. So number one, I felt like the Patriots really struggled to figure out a way to score the football until late in that game as well. They kind of let the Chargers hang around in that game. Actually, even though Herbert wasn't able to move the ball at all, I felt like.
I mean, before that Hunter Henry touchdown pass in the fourth quarter,
it really felt like the game was in reach actually for Herbert to go and steal it. So, and a little bit healthier of an offense, it's possible that Herbert would have done some shit and maybe stamped a moment there. So I do think that there are some question marks around New England's offense still right now, and that gives me a cause to pause. But I think where I'm landing with this game is CJ Stroud versus the Patriots defense. And I just don't know without Nico Collins, a big time receiver, what Stroud's going to do. Jaden Higgins will have to play out of body and step into that one role as the big man receiver with Christian Kirk still running the slot stuff and doing his thing underneath, and Schultz and all weapons on deck. We're going to see Noel, who we saw earlier this year for sure, maybe have a playoff moment. That's a sneaky guy to take maybe for like over yardage or something like that. But just thinking about like the matchups, Houston's defense versus May's offense. May's offense was number 1 this season. But if I was going to pick one thing that something has to give, where I'm landing is I don't trust CJ Stroud versus the Patriots defense more than I don't trust Drake May against Houston's perennial defense. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, I like it. I think that the Patriots are -3 here, so obviously a decent favorite at home.
Half a point. I like the -2.5 there. Yep.
Yeah, and it's -120 at -3, so maybe closer to -103.5. But -2.5, something like that. I don't hate it, but I really like the under. The over/under is 40.5. You get the under at -105. Like, I just see it being kind of similar to that Chargers Patriots game, like a low scoring battle. I'd go see both these teams getting to 20+ points. I mean, obviously it's a playoff.
Also, I have a stat for you. I have a stat for you too.
What?
This is what I was going to mention before. I have a stat for you. Houston gave up. They were one of the worst teams against running quarterbacks. They gave 9. They were second worst in the league. 9.8 yards a scramble against quarterbacks, and New England is one of the best rushing teams from the quarterback position this season. So that's one little stat nugget that I want to throw out there, because obviously Drake May makes a lot of his hay right now as a running quarterback.
His over is pretty high. So at 40 here at +109, or you can get
probably why.
That's -113. That's pretty high, but I still like that. I still like that pick there potentially. Like I said, I still like the under here. I think both teams' defenses are going to step up. It should be cold weather. Drake May, I mean,
It's going to be
kind of
freezing.
glossed over a little bit. The Chargers defense played very, very well in that game.
Yep.
They, like we said, into the fourth quarter, they were still under 10 points.
Yep.
So I think it'll be real tough for both of these teams to get to 20 with the Texans, being as, diverse as they are on all levels. And the Patriots have a strong defense too. And Stroud hasn't been impressive. I mean, you laid a lot of it out, but I think for me, it's just like, I think he kind of got ahead of himself. That rookie year was very, very good. I was, along with many others, were singing his praises, like one of the best rookie quarterbacks I could remember, blah, blah, blah.
Super down year last year.
But last year went a little bit down.
But the playoff game against the Chiefs was very impressive at the end of the year.
And he's still, like, he's a franchise quarterback. Don't get me wrong. Like, he'll be on the Texans for a long time, and after that, if he does ever move on, he'll be successful after that. He's an NFL high-level quarterback. I'm not taking that away from him.
He's a top 15 guy.
I said, like, I think he got away from what made him good. Like, I don't know. He had, like, what I dub as, like, the sleeping in silk sheets moment. Like, it seems like he doesn't work as hard. It seems like he's not preparing as hard.
He's a pretty boy. He's a little pretty boy.
Yeah, like him and Micah were doing a bunch of podcasts after his rookie year. Like, it's like, wait till you've done a little more, and I get it. You've had success.
One of the best rookie years of all time.
Great rookie year, but like, you still have a long way to go. A lot of people have good rookie years. I mean, Jaden Daniels had a great rookie year, and then now the Commanders are picking in the top 5. That's how it goes. So I think that if he can elevate his game and have a really big CJ Stroud game, they're right in it. I mean, honestly, I don't hate the Texans money line at plus 145. You're getting 2.5 times your money, basically. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't.
Price wise, I mean, you want minus 2.5, so that means you're going to have to bet around 150 to win 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, in general,
I'd rather bet 100 to win 145.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that's sound of a thought. I do.
I'll look up exactly what it is.
I don't know. This game is so tough.
The Patriots minus 2.5. So basically, it's the exact inverse. Patriots minus 200, minus 2.5. You bet 142 to win 100. As opposed to betting 100 to win 145 if you just bet the money line straight for the Texans.
Essentially, yeah. I mean,
Vegas is good at what they do. It's very close. You know what I mean, value wise. It's.
I just don't know, man. Like, it's going to be freezing.
And I know we'd like to say like throwing parlay legs, but once we get down to there's only 4 games, it's like I want to have action on every game individually.
Yeah. I would definitely look for Diggs to get his overs. This is against his former team as well. He played on the Texans, so maybe there'll be a little bit of a bug for him. But again, like, Stingley's on him all day. Like, good luck. So I think that'll be. I think they'll have something for Diggs. I think a deep bomb by May to like a Kyle Williams maybe might need to be happening here in this game in order. They got to get over the top to really space this game out. I could see a Ramondre fumble though against this ferocious Texans defense. Ramondre has issues with fumbling in the past. They started to use him a lot last week, and maybe they'll overuse him, and that could lead to maybe a turnover or two because Houston's always ball hunting. So like I feel like it's very close to call this game. It's very close, but I'm just landing on the Patriots defense is going to give Stroud more fits than May as a running quarterback is going to feel against the Houston defense. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's you think that's their Achilles heel, so to speak.
That's the line there. But it would not surprise me if Houston won the game 20-0.
My only concern with that is this is like a small sample size statistic, Yeah. Like, how many running plays by the quarterback, like, if there's one really long one, like that 9.8,
an average gets stacked.
But I don't know. I'm just, like I said,
food for thought, as we would call it.
It's something you have to dig into maybe a little more. But we'll talk about the Patriots' counterpart in their division, the Bills of Broncos, starting in about 27 minutes from now.
Sir.
Bills are plus 1.5. That's minus 112. Money line is even money for the Bills, plus 100. Over under 45.5. I'm going to come out and say it. I like the Broncos today. I know they're slight favorites, so it's not a crazy take. But I do feel like the world seems to be on the Bills.
The money's on the Bills in the world.
I think the Broncos at home, in that tough environment, in that high altitude, smacking heads to slow down the running game of the Bills. And I just think it's the year of the horse. And I think Sean Payton has proven to be a guy who can outcoach other good coaches in the playoffs. And I don't even know if Sean McDermott qualifies as a good playoff coach.
Man. I mean, here's what I'll say. Bills are getting healthier. It looks like Terrell Bernard, AJ Epenza, Dalton Kincaid, Matt Milano, Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau, Shaq Thompson. Looks like they're all going to play. So, I mean, best quarterback in football with points. That's kind of where I'm landing here. Like, I don't know. I just like, I do love this Denver team, obviously. I drafted Troy Franklin in fantasy. I have RJ Harvey in Dynasty. Like, I love this Denver team. Sean Payton's former Giant, obviously, offensive coordinator with Jim Fossil when we went to the Super Bowl and got trounced by Baltimore. I do love this team. Bo Nix, cool. I just Josh Allen, and until it breaks, and if the game is close, Josh Allen. And
yeah, no, I don't hate it at all. Like, again, it's a close game. I'm not.
Very close.
But like I said, like they're the favorites, and I feel like I'm going out on a limb. Like, you know, like 71% of the money on DraftKings is on Buffalo.
I know, it's crazy.
Like, you know,
that's crazy.
If I were handicapping this game, I would probably make the Bills the favorites. To be honest, like you said, they're the best quarterback in football.
They're getting healthier
against a young quarterback, a guy who hasn't really proven anything in the playoffs yet. But I just like the Broncos team, and I really, really like Sean Payton. I really think Sean Payton has some tricks up his sleeve today that I don't think Sean McDermott's going to be ready for. And I know that, like obviously, this is not even a thing anymore. This is not even a thing anymore because special teams kickoffs are different.
I know what you're going to say.
You have to declare. You have to declare it, but like he started the second half of the Super Bowl
kick.
Back and got it. Like
one of the best plays in history. To remove that from the game is so dumb, but it's awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome, but I get it. That's a once in 50
but I
year
can see
kind
what
of
you're talking about, like a Jawan Jennings to Christian McCaffrey wrinkle type of thing. You know, it's all out there for Sean Payton to figure
something
out.
A fake punt, a fake field goal, like something crazy like that. Like, you know, something creative.
Who's the kicker on Denver again?
The kicker on Denver is what's his face? Fuck. The guy who used to be on the Saints, Lutz.
Lutz? Yeah, that's right, Will Lutz. Yeah, and then the kicker on the Buffalo Bills is
Matt Prater.
Damn, Matt Prater, former Denver Bronco too, legend. Damn, this is a tough one. Both teams have good kicking games too.
Yeah.
That's why I was just like,
Will Lutz
could come down to like making kicks, you know, like like that. I don't know. You saw McManus, what happened with him, like Jesus Christ. So
yeah, no, McManus was something we didn't mention in that.
And he's had a great career too, you know, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had a great start to his career. I do think he's been having trouble. He's got a strong leg, but he just doesn't be mentally there. But yeah, I mean, that's something that we talk a lot about with Flora. Also, like he got fucked by his kicker.
Yeah,
and not to mention Jake Elliott missing an extra point was big.
But drive stalling out on field goals, like you know, we can go all day with that.
But I think you agree. It's like when people are like, "Oh, if he makes that PAT, then it's only a 3-point game." If he makes PAT, the game is completely coached differently after that.
I don't like this.
The worst one is baseball, where someone let's say someone gets thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double, and then the next play the guy hits a triple,
and the pitcher is pitching.
He would have scored. Yeah, well, the pitcher wouldn't have been pitching out of the stretch
around him to get first and second for a force. Like you don't even know. Yeah,
the pitching would have been out of the stretch. Not even.
No way he's going to a ball to hit a triple while the guy's on second.
Literally, the position the pitcher is starting from is different.
Things are things on their things. Yeah, things are things on their things.
He wouldn't have automatically hit a triple if the situation changed.
We both equally hate that type of shit.
Yeah, that's annoying. But yeah, I mean, I like I said, and obviously I'm just gonna name some Broncos defensive players here, but like Nick Benito,
it's crazy.
Fucking Zach Allen, Surtain, Riley Moss, Mufanga. Is that how you pronounce that?
Mufanga.
Who
with the H? Hufanga. Hufanga. Hufanga.
Really?
Yeah, from the Niners. Yeah.
I thought it was Moo.
Yeah. Oh, it's with an H. Hufanga.
Oh, okay. But that guy.
Also, Cooper.
Jonathan Cooper. Yeah.
Jonathan Cooper, bro. Like, it's just Singleton at linebacker.
Yeah, Alex Singleton is awesome. Love that
Is a
guy.
beast. Number 49. Watch his face. Barron, the rookie at safety.
Jahdae Barron, awesome from Alabama.
Bro, this team, Seattle and them, fucking, and Houston, Spider-Man meme. They all, at one point or another, could be the number one defense in any given day, any given week. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think those other defenses are just like a slight nod ahead of them. But I think that the Broncos' offense are better than those teams. So we'll see how it goes.
And the Bills' offensive line, you know, that matchup with Benito versus what's his name, bro, on the end, who's a big talker.
Deion Dawkins.
Yeah, Deion Dawkins. Like, that'll be a matchup to watch. I don't know, man. Josh Allen. That's where I'm at.
That's fair. No, I hear you. I
don't give a fuck what the public says. People are dumb. People just bet what they bet because they bet. But I'm right. I happen to be riding with the public, but fuck the public. Like, I'm just Josh Allen.
Yeah. No, I know. I know you're not saying it because the public.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, if everyone picked Michael Jordan, the Bulls back in the day, and there was 90% people picking the Bulls, and you're just like, I don't know about the public. No. Actually, like, there's a reason the public is on it.
Yeah, sometimes the public is right. No question.
Exactly.
But I just think here. I just think it's just a weird situation where the plus money team is like
the home dog,
the favorite
with a really good home field advantage too.
No, but I mean, like, the Bills feel like the favorite if you just watch.
Oh yeah. If you took everything away, you asked somebody who's the favorite in this game, and you lined it up, they'd be like, it has to be the Bills by at least 2 points, right?
Yeah. All right, we'll keep it moving here. We got the 49ers and the Seahawks. I think this is a big spread. I mean, the 49ers were 6-point dogs on the road last week. They're 7-point dogs on the road this week. That 13-3 game, I obviously think, has a lot of...
I know, but they were about to score, and the McCaffrey interception was such a weird play. It was easily about to be 13-10 in that game. Once again, another team that didn't put away the Niners in that game. They scheming without Kittle now, so which makes it a little bit easier to know what you know for the week versus it happening mid-game. I don't know. I think this is where it all. I love you, John. I want your bet to hit. I think this is where it all ends for them. I just think it's just a little too much defense.
No, I hear you. I mean, it's tough to pick against Seattle here. Obviously, like, I want my bet to win, so
Arnold's got to protect the fucking ball.
Yeah, and I think that I brought up last week, or maybe the week before, I don't remember. But the Seahawks have been able to win even when he's had these big turnover games. But this is the playoffs now, and I do think that the spread is too big with the amount of potential for Darnold to have a blow up. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
To be 7-point favorites when Sam Darnold could easily have a bad Sam Darnold game.
And Kenneth Walker is subject to put the ball on the ground too. JSN is not a big body receiver. He's a small guy. He's the best, but he's a small guy. In the playoffs, all this stuff matters. Big body receivers like Hakeem Nicks back in the day, I can think back to Plexico Burress. When you're a big body receiver, you help your quarterback so much, and the chances that you just get a very rough hit and everyone's hitting harder in the playoffs. Yeah. These things can peak their heads. I don't know.
I just think this game which is obviously giving away my pick. I got to take 49ers plus 7. Is that, like, this game is way too close of a game for a full touchdown favorite. And I get they lost 13-3. They just lost by 10 points last time we played. I understand that.
I don't care. If you know,
and I do think that it's been a long time since we as the public, the media, whatever you want to say, have talked about the 12th man.
Right.
And I think the 12th man kind of has they have a signature game opportunity tonight to be like, we're still the fucking 12th man. We still make teams jump off sides. We still fuck up rhythms of the offenses as a fan base, like when the Legion of Boom was here. This is a fan legacy game for the fans in Seattle tonight. If they don't fucking make that stadium shake, then they failed. I need the decibel thing on the screen, comparing it to like a fucking airport engine taking off while you're 2 inches away. I need, and I'm cheering for the 49ers, but as a football fan,
too.
I want to see the 12th man come out tonight in full effect.
I'm happy watching this game. Like I've been on the Seattle team all year on this podcast. I'm documented talking about this team all year. So I love Mike McDonald, would be happy for them too. But obviously I live in the Bay Area, have friends that are Niner fans. We support the Niners a little bit, and I love me some Christian McCaffrey. He's on my dynasty team. So, and he carried me to a championship loss. So, I'll be happy with whoever ends up winning, and I'll be rooting for them for the rest of the playoffs, no matter if it's the Niners or Seattle. Both these teams are my two favorite teams left in the NFC by far. So I hope it's a great game. I do think the covering is a smart move. It's very hard for me to believe that. The one thing I'll say is that at the end of these games, sometimes they get away from you, and I could see maybe something like a Purdy forced throw interception at the end of the game, which
don't get me wrong, it could be
shoot it over the.
It could be Chargers, Patriots. It could be even Texans and fucking Steelers.
That's what I mean, exactly.
I'm not going to bet on that.
He has to force it, and then something big and bad happens.
But 49ers coaching and 49ers, Christian McCaffrey, and I just don't give me them fucking, or if you want a same game parlay it and move the line to 10.5 and you're still minus 200 as a leg, that's a good fucking leg. You're getting double-digit points for minus 200.
Absolutely.
In the divisional round of the playoffs.
Yeah, parlay that with receiving yards and rushing yards combined for McCaffrey over whatever his is.
Yeah, move it down a little bit. And
you could probably create something really creative in this game and feel comfortable about it.
But yeah, no, I agree with you though. In terms of it's weird when it's different for me because I hate the Eagles. So don't get me wrong, I was jumping when the Eagles lost in happiness. I was very excited.
Yeah, I was thrilled.
But I do have a lot of Eagles fans friends that afterwards I feel bad for. But more so just getting swept up in all of it. It probably is why I'm so passionately anti-Hurts and have such strong Eagles opinions, because I'm in the area and I talk about the Eagles with my friend, because that's the football they want to talk
enemy.
about.
They're the enemy.
But that's the football that my community wants to talk about. And I'll talk about football with anyone at any time, with any team. So I'm in more of these conversations, and I'm like...
It would also be annoying if they had won that game, because they're not winning on the basis of being the better team a lot of times right now.
But what I told my friend, who's diehard Eagles fan, he literally didn't go to work on Monday. He was that broken up about it. And I'm like, look, this Eagles team wasn't winning the Super Bowl this year. You should just feel relieved. It's over. This team was too limited. They were not in sync. This team was not going to win a Super Bowl.
I truly believe Rams would have fucked them up if they ended up seeing them.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I just knew they weren't. Whether they get fucked up, they lose. They would have been a disappointing end, no matter how it ended this year. You were not winning the Super Bowl. You won it last year. Be happy you won the Super Bowl last year. You've had a good couple. You had a good little run. But you've been
in the Super Bowl 2 out of the last 4 years. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And you got a ring off of it.
But it must. But the up and downs definitely. And like I said,
it could be.
This roster could have been a dynasty. There's no question about it. They're whether you want to blame coaching, whether you want to blame quarterback.
I do believe continuity of the coaching combined with Hurts's limited scope of a quarterback, as we've seen time and time again, and him,
maybe like you said, coaching carousel. At this point, maybe you point to Hurts a little bit, an offensive coordinator.
I'm talking about the relationship portion
as quick as they could.
You got it. Yeah. It's the relationship portion. It's the taking control of the playbook.
I do think, I've been in football locker rooms. The fucking cookie cutter, answers.
All for one for all, like Russell Wilson stuff. Yeah,
which drive me fucking insane.
I see it in mic'd up when he breaks down the huddle in the beginning of the game. He's like, play for the man next to you. All for one for all. It's not even it doesn't feel like it's coming from the right place.
It's he's a doll. You pull on him and he can only say cliches.
The string. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the last point I want to make here about this is that even though Bill O'Brien, Charlie Weiss, Josh McDaniels, that offense was Tom Brady's. So no matter who came in, you could talk about coaching carousel all you want, but if you're the quarterback in the franchise and they pay you $50 million a year, that should be your ownership of that playbook. That should be your team, your playbook, that a coach comes in and helps curate the offense around what you love.
That's why last week when you
talked about Hurts picking the play.
But that's last week when you said I think he's better at audibling at the line than Justin Herbert, whatever. They both suck. Who cares? But my point being is that like I brought it up. I'm like, when he had Shane Steichen, offense good. When he has Brian Johnson, offense bad. Kellen Moore, offense good. Kevin Tula, offense bad. Like, it's like you can't give him credit for changing plays at the line when it's clear evidence that he's coordinator dependent.
Right. Exactly. You got it. And continuity is everything. Tom Moore being with Peyton Manning for 16 years, Kevin Gilbride being with the Giants for like 8 or 9 years. Like, continuity is everything, man. It's everything.
Yeah, but like you said, there speaks to it that they want to get out of Dodge, and it also speaks to it. There's also a lot of people who lose their coordinators and still win. You know what I mean? Like, the enemy left the fucking Chiefs, and they still won the Super Bowl after.
That's it.
You know, that's how it goes.
I'm saying, when you have ownership,
you know, like they have all these different quarterbacks. They still went to one Super Bowl. Like, again, I'm not trying to get bogged down in it, but
Tom Brady, in his interview with Ari Manuel, the guy who played Ari Gold in real life, he has that podcast now, which is called what's it called?
It's the
Rushmore.
CEO of WME.
Yeah, he has a podcast now called Rushmore, where he does he makes his guests pick the Rushmore of a position in NFL or NBA, like who's on the Rushmore, whatever, right? And he goes, and he was talking to Brady about Tampa, and he's like, when I showed up in Tampa, I brought my plays with me, and they added all of them to their playbook and gave me some of the things that they like to run to with their personnel, and most of it was made up by me.
Yeah.
If Hurts goes to a different team, he's not going to bring a playbook with him. It doesn't feel like that at all.
He's going to be like, the plays will be the plays that happen under any circumstances, and we have to find a way to make those plays play, because that's how it plays. You get me?
Yeah, moving on. All right, who's next in this? Let's get through this.
Rams and Bears.
Yeah, Rams and Bears. That's the last game. We already talked about the Texans, Patriots. Rams and Bears, like we talked about, I think this is where it all ends for the Bears. I just don't feel like they can keep doing what they've been doing. If they don't score early and figure out a way to really set the tone, I could see Stafford running it up here again and it getting ugly quick.
I think you kind of nailed it, almost like LaFleur. Like, Sean McVay is LaFleur 2.0.
Yeah.
All the good things that LaFleur has, and then like the new model, the better design. Like, they're all in the Shanahan coaching tree.
Yep.
Like, and so I think he just, like, all the stuff that Jordan Love did to dominate the first half when they were just like toying with the Bears virtually. They literally were like failing on the first 3 downs in the goal line. And then on 4th down, the guy was wide open. It was like they just gave them hope. And they're like, oh, now we're going to go to the play that we know is going to work 100%. And Jaden Reed just like standing there wide open in the end zone. You know, it's just like, it kind of felt like they're, and like, I think,
coming across the entire formation wide
Sean
open.
McVay is going to run that the whole game. He's not going to ever take his foot off the brakes.
He's going to learn from last week up 14-0. Like, no, in the playoffs, it's time. We need to start burying these teams in the sand.
And I do think that the Bears defense versus the Rams offense is different than the Bears defense versus the Packers offense. Like, the Rams offense with Nakua and Adams and Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum, and then obviously Stafford running the show. Like,
Colby Parkinson is a guy. We got to mention him. Colby Parkinson.
I like Colby Parkinson. Great catch. Great throw by Stafford, by the way.
In the second half of the year this season, he's been excellent.
Yeah. No, I like Colby Parkinson a lot. I think Higbee basically got his job yanked.
Yeah, it's just Colby Parkinson and Ferguson, I think, between the two of them, with depending on the game flow, blah, 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 blah. But it's definitely those two guys.
One other guy like Allen or something, because they had 4 white
Allen. They got mad tight ends. They got mad guys that all
Spider-Man. You have to put them all to get a touchdown. Like, and then maybe one of them will hit the touchdown parlay. Not parlay.
I do think Caleb running the ball will be their game script to get them to win, because the pass rushers on the Rams are very interior centric, and they like to get into and close the gap there. So if Caleb can scramble and get outside of them and get away from Colby Turner, and get away from those D tackles, I think that's where he can make his hay outside the pocket. That's their remedy for success. He will have to live on the run this game and outside the pocket. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, no, I think the Bears will do fine offensively. I think they'll score
24 points,
28-point range. But I just think the Rams are going to score 30 plus. Like, it's kind of like it's really that simple to me, is that the Bears are going to score in the high 20s and the Rams are going to score in the low to mid 30s. And like, I just, barring making huge plays on defense, like, I don't see how it goes any differently. Like I said, like, I think Nakua can kind of just be open all day. I think that Stafford's going to be able to pick them apart, and I think that the coaching is just not going to make the same mistakes that the Packers did. Again, it's very similar coaching playbooks, if you will.
Yep.
Just like philosophy-wise, McVay, I just think, is more aggressive and more killer instinct. And
the rank. It's just the rank of the guy, like the two teams. But I'll be clear, like Chicago's got that magic something going on.
I mean, if you're a Bears fan and they have the ball with 2 minutes left, down 4 points, like
you're excited.
You feel pretty good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're excited. But it's also like double-edged sword there, as we know.
Yeah, but there's also a huge chance you lose that game. So it's
because you're playing around like that. But yeah. Love to see a lot of Monungai in this game. And Swift.
I think the games are starting a little earlier on Sunday too.
Yeah, for sure. And off on Monday for MLK is fire.
Yeah, well, yeah, I have to work, but
yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm not going to do Hotz Corner. Let's just do a quiz. I have the quiz ready. I want to watch the game.
Yeah, we got the game coming up soon.
And it's not a easy quiz. It's not a hard quiz, but it's a quiz that you have to name a decent amount of people. Okay. So
try to keep that number around 20 for the record.
Okay, cool. So it's close to that. So essentially, we just got the All-Pro honors released for the season. Congrats to all the players, All-Pro. Shots Drake May even making All-Pro in his second season, All-Pro second team. That's so impressive. Like things like that. Shouts to Quentin Nelson. Like every single season he's been in the league. I think he's been an All-Pro. It's just crazy. So anyway, that's a little bit of a clue. But there's been 25 guys. There's 25 active guys that have been All-Pro first team at least 3 times. Name them.
Okay. All-Pro 3 times. Active.
At least 3 times. Active players.
Active this season?
Active up to this point.
Aaron Rodgers?
That's 1.
Yeah, she's starting at quarterback.
All-Pro first team.
Lamar Jackson?
Correct.
Okay.
He has 3. Aaron Rodgers has 4, by the way, and Lamar has 3. I'll just tell you how many they have.
Okay, I'll go Quentin Nelson. Just get that out of the way.
Yep, he has 3. Excuse me, Quentin Nelson been All-Pro all of his seasons, not All-Pro first team, All-Pro.
Oh, okay, TJ Watt.
Yes, he has 4.
Myles Garrett.
He has 5.
I'm trying to be smart here. Okay, give me Jason Kelce or Travis Kelce. Excuse me.
He has 4.
Defensive side of the ball. Let me get back over there for a second before I go crazy here. 3+. Maybe go back on offense. Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson is the next player listed at number 26 with only 2.
All right, Trent Williams.
He has 3. Yes, correct. So far, 1 miss for you, but a very close miss.
Yeah. I mean,
the closest miss possible.
I'm better when it's like a stat. Like
I'll tell you this though.
This is like subjective.
The next 15 players are all.
No, I know that I could get it, but it's like Lane Johnson is as good as any player that I'm gonna.
Oh yeah. And bro, you're gonna get fucked up. You're gonna get fucked up because there's like 20 players that are tied at 2 with Lane Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
like hard, dude. It's
hard. Like it's not like someone who has like 10,000 rushing yards. Like there's only, you know what I mean?
You got to think of almost old school players that maybe wouldn't get it now, but have already gotten it.
Yeah, I was thinking that before, but I was like, I don't know if this guy.
That's a little clue. Yeah.
I'll go. I'm gonna go with. All right, I'm gonna go with Christian McCaffrey.
Yes, he has 3.
Okay. And then, all right, I was thinking a guy that you kind of were in the vein of, so I'm just going to say it. Calais Campbell?
It's a great guess. He is not on this list at all.
Ah, damn. Because I was thinking someone old who's just been playing forever who's still active.
You're in the vein.
All right, let me go through this quick.
2 misses so far.
All right, there's 2 pass rushers every year, but I still don't. He's only been in the league 5 years.
2 of every year besides the quarterback and the running back.
Yeah. It's just like tackle. It's not like left tackle, right tackle.
You got it. Yeah, and you already have Quentin there, and you said Panay there as well. Or excuse me, you said Quentin there. Sorry.
All right, so I guess you just gave that one away.
Sorry.
It's wrong.
Fuck. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say Quentin. Sorry.
Panay Sewell.
Yeah, Panay Sewell. He's tied with 3 as well.
I mean, I guess Josh Allen. I don't know. Feels like Lamar has 3, so Josh Allen, it would be hard for him to also have 3.
Josh Allen is not on this list.
Yeah, I kind of knew that. I was like, I gotta guess him. All right, give me Devontae Adams.
3. Correct.
Okay, let me see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Crazy. All these guys look like Hall of Famers too. It's wild.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like I said, it's a subjective thing, and I don't keep track of it, you know? So I'm just kind of guessing.
I like it as a quiz because it's like big names, but it's still hard.
Yeah. All right, let me go. He hasn't been in the league long, but I feel like he should be, but it's probably not right. Okay, let me think for a second. Give me Surtain. Fuck it. He's probably got 2.
Yes, he has 2. Correct.
Yeah, figured that. Fuck. All right. I gotta start going through it team by team. All right. Eagles, not Lane Johnson, not Mailata, not Hurts. Saquon? Probably got 2 as well. It was definitely last year.
See him on the list.
Okay, so then Eagles, anybody else? Eagles? No, I don't think so. All right. Eagles. Nope. Cowboys. I don't think he's been around long enough on the other line. Tyler Smith. I guess I almost guessed him earlier. Micah Parsons?
Yes. 3.
I should have guessed him earlier. Any other Cowboys? Don't think Diggs. Don't think Bland. Don't think CD yet. All right, what about Jamar Chase?
That's a good guess. He has 2.
Justin Jefferson?
He has 2.
Crazy.
So those receivers too new age a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotta think of a guy that's maybe on a different team now, but he is that guy in a way. Like you said, Devontae, for example. Great guess.
Keenan Allen?
Not first team, no. No.
All right, let me go through the teams again. All right, Giants.
I'll give him some clues in a second.
Giants don't have anyone else, I think. Giants. Commanders. Bobby Wagner?
He has the most of any active player right now. He has 6 all-pro first teams.
Nice. Hall of Fame for sure.
So, clue, you said Myles Garrett, who has 5. There's one other guy that has 5, and he's not on defense.
This doesn't do anything for me.
No.
All right, let me go to the AFC East then. Jets. Quinnen Williams?
No.
Patriots. I don't think anyone on the Patriots. It's maybe Diggs, but no. Patriots. No. After the Patriots, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill?
He's the other guy with 5.
Nice. Dolphins, Tyreek Hill. Dolphins, Jets, Patriots, and Bills. Who on the Bills, Michael?
I'll give you a clue. There is another Dolphin.
Oh, there is another Dolphin.
There's a former Dolphin, too.
Minka Fitzpatrick?
That's 1. Is 3.
So that's both the Dolphins.
And then I said there's a former Dolphin, too.
Jalen Ramsey?
That's it. I just saw his name. How many does he have? He has 3 as well.
All right. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I'll take clues.
Okay. One guy plays in the NFC West on defense.
NFC West, 49ers, not Trent Williams or McCaffrey. I already guessed them. Broncos. I don't think Garrett Bowles. I don't think. But that's the AFC West anyway. Seahawks.
Remember, I said that's not on offense in the NFC West.
Oh, not on offense in the NFC West.
Yeah.
All right, so Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, Niners. Nick Bosa? Fred Warner.
4 he has, yes.
Okay. All right, next clue. Where'd they go to college?
Next clue is old reliable in the AFC North on defense.
Harrison Smith?
AFC North.
Oh, I thought you said NFC North.
You're good.
Harrison Smith hasn't been to 3 All-Pro teams?
No.
Wow.
That's probably
crazy.
robbery, but no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't even see him with 2.
NFC North.
AFC
North. Hampton? Not Hampton, on the other guy. Hayward.
Correct. Cameron Hayward has 4.
Hayward? Yeah,
Yep.
Cameron Hayward.
More reliable, baby. One of these guys is
Cameron Hayward went to Ohio State, by the way.
One of these guys is in special teams. I believe this year he was on the on a team on the NFC South.
Special teams? Kicker or punter, or a returner or some stupid shit?
Yeah, no, on the kicking side of it, either kicker or punter.
Okay. In the NFC North?
NFC South.
NFC South. We're talking kickers now? Jesus
He was
Christ.
All-Pro first team again this season.
All right, so it's not the Falcons. It's not the Bucks. The Saints, no. The Panthers? Eddie Pinheiro? I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. He kicked for the NFC South this year. McLaughlin kicked for Tampa Bay.
Oh, so correction. He kicked in the NFC South for the last 3 seasons. This year, I didn't even know this actually. This year, he kicked for a different team. Sorry, in the AFC South, coincidentally. Sorry.
The AFC South. Not
I'm glad I double checked. Something smelled there. Yeah.
AFC South is not the Texans, it's not Fairbairn, because he's been there the whole time. AFC South is the Titans. I don't know who the Titans fucking kicker is. I'll be honest. The Colts had that one guy, he got hurt. And I don't think they brought in an all-pro.
Remember, former NFC South for the last 3 seasons, and then this season AFC South.
The Jaguars kicker is Cam Little. So who's the Titans kicker?
4 punter, remember.
Oh, I was thinking punter. Okay. Punter, I don't know, Thomas Morstead?
It's a great guess. No, not him.
He played with the Saints forever in the NFC South.
Yeah, it's a great guess. Not him, though. I figured you were going to say him or this guy.
Punter in the AFC South.
Guy also played for a team in the NFC West. Played in the Super Bowl.
So Seahawks? 49ers? Give me not a kicker, dude. Give me pass.
Another different clue? Yeah, sure. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Pass rusher, won the Super Bowl on his back, AFC West at the time.
Oh, Von Miller. Yeah, that was dumb. I should have had that one.
He has 3. Another guy went to...
See, even him just 3 is crazy. Like,
Yeah, I know. It's insane, dude. It makes no sense. One of these guys is a safety. He was on that... he was on an AFC South team that went to the playoffs when they had a bunch of injuries. Mike Vrabel.
wow. Byard?
Correct. He has 3.
Oh my God, that's like Kevin Byard having the same amount of.
How nuts is
Von
that?
Miller.
One of these guys was a receiver on with terrible quarterbacks.
DeAndre Hopkins.
He has 3. Who else are we missing here?
I think you got everybody. I think the only guy. Oh, one of these guys is a pass rusher, and he's on an AFC West team.
Pass rusher on an AFC West.
Or pass rusher / defensive tackle, just defensive.
Oh, Chris Jones.
That's 3. He has 3 as well. Yep. One of these guys is a middle linebacker, and it's crazy that he's already on this list. He's played for 2 different franchises, and no one understood why the first franchise even gave him up, to be honest.
Devin White?
No. What the fuck?
I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if he has 1 or 2.
Maybe 1. Maybe. On the Bucks, but this guy,
he's really young.
This guy's a cool weather player. Went to Georgia, I think.
Went to Georgia, middle linebacker?
That's right. I think I'm good on my college there. I'm triple checking that just to make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, I was right. Let's go. I know a little bit.
He's a middle linebacker? Are you sure?
He's the Mike. Yeah, he's the Mike. Yeah. And he's not, and he was
Roquan Smith.
Yeah, he has 3. How crazy, right?
Yeah.
One of these guys is on the offensive line. He hikes the football. He's been on a couple different teams, but he's very good.
Joe Tooney?
Yep, he has 3 as well. The last guy that you haven't named
is the punter. What's his initials?
JH.
AH?
JH.
JH.
And he has 4 all AP first teams. He will possibly be a Hall of Famer.
No chance.
Maybe.
There's like 1 punter in the Hall of Fame.
He might be the second, is what I'm saying.
Nah, if Jeff Eagles isn't in, this guy's not getting in.
Shouts to Jeff Eagles, former Giant.
JH? I don't know who it is. That's not ringing any bells.
Johnny Hecker.
Oh, yeah, he's good. Definitely not
very good. Been on the Rams team, you know.
Yeah. You should have given me like, oh, he did a lot of fakes.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't want to say that because I felt like that was so obvious. But that's why I tried to talk about Carolina. I thought he was still on Carolina this year. So crazy. But anyway, yeah, Bobby Wagner, Myles Garrett, Tyreek Hill, TJ Watt.
I remember Johnny Hecker as a Ram mostly.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
NFC South threw me off, if anything.
I said he went to a Super Bowl with an NFC West team.
Yeah, the NFC South threw me off, if anything. I was like, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, Bobby Wagner's got the most with 6. Myles Garrett and Tyreek Hill.
And I did not know he still played. I didn't know Johnny Hecker was still active. I didn't know.
Yeah, Hecker, Cameron Hayward, Travis Kelce, Aaron Rodgers, Fred
Where
Warner.
did Johnny Hecker play this year? The Titans?
Yeah, he played for the Titans. That's what I was saying. Wow. That was the shocking part that I didn't know.
Yeah. I had no idea. I mean, I
think he got money, if I remember right, because their team was terrible and he just took a lot of money to go there. But and all the other guys had 3 on the list. Everyone from Christian McCaffrey all the way up to Joe Tooney at number 10, 25 to number 10. All 15 of those guys have 3 AP first teams.
Yeah. No, like I said, it's a good quiz, but it's like I don't know this stuff. Like I know who gets what yards more than like who makes all pros and pro.
More of a guessing game there.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, let's get the game on, brother.
For sure. And finally, Harborough, apparently it's official, like a referee with a whistle. I know there was stuff going back and forth there with working out the contract.
Yeah.
But it's official. He is going to be the Giants head coach. Shouts to the Giants for getting something.
Is that a victory formation for you?
That would be my victory formation. I think that's important to get someone stable for a young rookie quarterback. We've seen that work before in the past where you get someone a little bit more stable. I think the Giants coaching carousel over the last 6 seasons has been just deplorable, and 7 seasons, whatever it is. Like, I think that goes away from like what they want to be, which is the Steelers, which is like 3 coaches in 70 years. So I think that's who the Giants hope to be. Going from Fossil to Coughlin, whatever, and Parcells. But I am proud of them for doing what they had to do there, paying the piper and getting a guy that can rewrite the ship here. So shouts to them for doing something good here, getting a solid and a proven coach who's going to bring his culture. So shouts to them.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good hire. That Giants, I know they're your team. Second worst team in the NFL over the last 10 years, just wins and losses.
And I love defensive-focused coaches. Offensive coaches is not my steez. I think the Giants are known for being a defensive-oriented organization. They have pieces on defense right now. I think John
Harbaugh started with special teams. To be fair,
he did, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I like it, and hopefully he can help, like he helped Lamar figure out how to be a running quarterback and be an MVP. Hopefully he can wrap his arms around Jackson Dart as well. Similarly, they're both running quarterbacks, so hopefully there's some transferability there as well. What about you? What's your victory formation for today? That the Mets are fucking.
No, I mean, I guess it's good. It's crazy because they lost out on Kyle Tucker, so like we can't let the Phillies get Bichette, and then the Phillies, so they overpaid for Bichette, and then the
trickle
Phillies
down.
are like, oh, we're gonna overpay for Real Muto because we didn't get Bichette. It's just like
$45 million.
The Broncos are just like determining what happens in the rest of the majors at this.
You mean the Dodgers?
The Dodgers, yeah. Broncos was a game, but the Dodgers at this point, I said in the group chat, I'm like more mad at the players than I am the Dodgers. Like.
Yeah.
Kyle, that was like a bitch move by Kyle Tucker, and maybe because he was talking to the Mets, that's why I feel it
Even
more.
going to Toronto's better.
But it's like a Kevin Durant move, like going to the Warriors. Like even if you win now, it's like it doesn't mean as much.
This speaks to Manfred losing control of the league because these deferred contracts at this point, allowing these owners to be able to do this, it's just Guggenheim partners.
I said in the group chat, the lockout's incoming because they're going to want to make changes, and
players are going to tell them to fuck off.
Teams and players aren't going to want to do them, but the league, like you said, they need to get a grip. Like this is
Bellinger sweepstakes is coming. Mets versus Yankees. I'll see you in the end there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with Bichette. I would have rather had Tucker, but still. All right, let's call it.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the game this weekend. Good luck on your bets, and I'll
love you, Hotz, Streamer, Sixers. Thanks for coming out.
Always, and we'll be back next week. Talk about the NFC and AFC championship games. Shouts to Maya. Shouts to Winnie. Shouts to the dogs of the universe. We love you. We'll be back next week.
You're so good. You're such a good girl this episode. Cheers.
Peace.